It is July 9th, and this is my last week in Inglewood. So this week is considered like my big move week, and given the number of times that I have moved in the past year, I know that I will make it through this level of stress, but it's also still stressful. But luckily, I'm not moving any furniture, so it's not gonna be too much of a lift. And I have a couple friends who are going to be helping me. Look at this cute mural over here. So I thought I'd take you into a park that is right near where I live. And you know, in the, I guess, 9 months that I've been living in the area, this is only my second time to this park. It's super cute and it's very walkable from where I am. But quick update on the past week. We have finished our first full week of Disability Pride Month. I have been kind of trying to lay low because I know that this month is going to be very full, especially the last couple of weeks of the month. So I've been trying to say no more than I'm saying yes, because I know that everything will start to pile up. But in terms of kind of just what I've been up to is we are getting ready to announce our D30 Disability Impact List, the 4th annual. There's just so much that happens behind the scenes that I think most people don't realize. But we are close to announcing. It'll be sometime this month. And on July 4th, I went to go see Sound of Freedom. That's the film that I have been telling you about. People have been purchasing pay it forward tickets, which is why I have that link, angel.com/Tiffany, where you can go redeem a free ticket. It was a pretty intense film. I'm glad that I got to see it, but it was hard to watch. It was heartbreaking. It was touching. It touches on a really important topic, child trafficking, and 2 million kids are trafficked every year. Now you can go ahead and break that down by month, by day, and it's a lot. And I think just not that many people are talking about it. So it was kind of nice to have that little interruption in the schedule, to have that little interruption in the week, because it still felt like a long week. I've been going to these workout classes with John Q every single morning. So Monday I went to the jam very briefly, and I won't go into details, but it was probably the lightest jam that I had ever been to. And I guess in my last couple of weeks in Inglewood, I'll try to show up where I can. But I went briefly, and then July 4th, got to see just a lot of fireworks in this area. July 5th and 6th, not that much going on, just catching up on work and stuff. Also caught up with some friends. And then Friday, I ended up being the first creator who was featured in Pinterest TV's Disability Pride Month First Friday programming. And I decided to do a workout with John Q, which effectively meant that I worked out twice that day, and then ended up commuting almost 3 hours to go to a photo shoot for a piece of press that's gonna come out this month. Yesterday was kind of taking it easy, did some laundry, and then went to this gospel performance that was happening at Tiny Room. And it was just really beautiful. And then I had this moment afterward where we were doing this meditation, and there's a part of the meditation where you have to think about some moments in your life that you're really proud of. And I just had this image of 9-year-old Tiffany, and I remember her bangs, I remember her haircut, her facial expressions, and I was proud but also grieving. And I just had this emotional release of feeling a lot of grief that 9-year-old Tiffany had to go through all of these hard things, and just so much pride and awe in terms of all of the opportunities that I have going on in my life. So that's kind of what I've been reflecting on from yesterday. But yeah, just taking it a day at a time. This next week is going to be the big move week. And I will say, Inglewood really grew on me. You know, this park is beautiful, and where we lived was right across the street from one of the metro stops. So I just felt like it was pretty easy to get most places. I made this joke that, like, as long as you're not in a rush, you can get to where you need to be. And yeah, I'm just enjoying being in LA, appreciating the time that I spent in Inglewood. I think it is starting to hit me a little bit more as the days count down to my official move, but I'm gonna start bringing just like a couple of things later this week, and then the full move will be a week from now. Oh, I forgot to add that Friday was Whitney's last day, and if you've done any work with Diversability or interacted with us, Whitney was like our number 2. She was our director of operations and partnership strategy, and she had joined our team in November of 2020, so for almost 3 years. And one of my favorite things about running Diversability is just watching our community members and our team members grow. And so over that period of 3 years, to be able to see her kind of come into her leadership and come into her confidence just made me really proud of the journey that she's been on. And she joined us as a content associate, and then quickly was quick to learn, because she had, at the time, you know, we had asked people who were applying for the role to have experience with Canva, and she didn't at the time, but said she was willing to learn. And she kind of worked her way up to head of content, project manager, to then our director of operations and partnership strategy. And she was really the backbone of Diversability. She helped us run most of our Diversability Unplugged events, did all of our hiring, payroll. And so it's never our intention to have people stay on our team for a long amount of time. We want to train people to work in a remote first company, and after that we can serve as their job reference or write them a recommendation for whatever they want to do next. And I remember when I was at Georgetown and I got to meet with President DeJoya, one of the things he said in terms of how he measures success is, he's like, we're only as successful as who our alumni become. And I really think that too of what we do at Diversability is, like, I love watching our members grow and seeing who they become. So we're definitely super bittersweet, but also really excited for her next chapter. As with everything, appreciating the time she was with us and wishing her the best on her next adventure.